ahead and review the power of patient education and how to use it in your exam lanes, in your optical shops, as well as, the other important place is at home, where your patients make a lot of their decisions with their family, caregivers, and whatnot. We are very honored that My Vision Express has given us the opportunity to share all this information with you today. So kind of the agenda, what we're going to run through. We're going to go through why do we need patient education, how does it fulfill meaningful use stage 2, qualities of effective education, the types of education, our suggested best practices, patient education that's now available with My Vision Express, and then at the end we'll review any questions for anything throughout the presentation. So to start out, why do we need patient education? Well, there's two parts to that. Patient education is important both for patients as well as providers. For patients, it's going to go ahead and it's going to inform the patients what are their conditions, what are the available treatments, and what is the proper management. It's going to promote them having healthier behaviors and being more active in their self-care because they will understand better. It's also going to go ahead and give them, show them the different product options, that there's more than just a regular lens. There is an AR-coated lens. There are progressive lenses, all those different types of options. For doctors, it's even more important. By properly educating your patients, you're going to go ahead and empower them to make informed, intelligent decisions regarding their care versus possibly, confused, kind of sitting on a decision and not taking action when they should. It's going to increase a patient's potential to follow a healthcare plan that you put in place for them. It's going to increase your customer satisfaction and compliance because we know a better informed patient is going to lessen the chance for a malpractice claim. It also, of course, needs to be documented for meaningful use stage 2. And it's going to, we're all here, time is money. It's going to help increase the conversions of procedures and products, which will then, increase revenue coming into your practice. Meaningful use stage 2. Pulled this right from the horse's mouth. So basically, what you need to be able to show is that more than 10% of all unique patients with office visits are, being reported as being shown, relevant patient education, diagnosis, or the treatments that you are putting forth in front of them. It is important that this does get documented for that, that chance that you do get audited for meaningful use. You can go back and show them that you did fulfill this portion of the mandate. Qualities of effective education. A lot of these things, they seem like no-brainers, but I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in our everyday patient care and running of a practice that we forget some of these things are very important when communicating with our patients. It does have to be accurate, of course, but also interactive. If your patient is engaged, it's going to allow you to see just how much they understand what you're putting in front of them. If someone is just nodding their head versus if they're looking, pointing, asking questions, it's going to tell you a lot about what your patient actually understands when making an informed decision. You got to give it to them in a variety of formats, printed format, digital format, let them have access to everything online as well. Make sure that it's easy to understand. A confused mind always says no. So if they are just nodding their head, if they don't fully understand how their glaucoma or keratoconus is going to progress, they're going to be a whole lot, less likely to go ahead and agree with you that this is the treatment they need or these are the lenses that they need to upgrade to. And what I always tell people is test your method that you currently use for your patient education. Test it on someone unfamiliar with optometry. Test it on your significant other, a family member, a friend who doesn't fully understand it. Go ahead and hand them a brochure or show them a video and see what their, their honest reaction is. And that way you can kind of gauge exactly how your patients feel when they're sitting opposite of you. Tools must be delivered at the point of engagement. So when are the most questions being formulated by your patient? Is it when they're sitting with the technician, when they have a little bit more time and feel a little bit more comfortable? Is it when they're sitting with the provider? When they are able to sit there and feel like they have someone who knows everything. Let me ask my questions now. You have to have the proper patient education available at those moments. Have you automated the process where possible? Because again, time is money. You want to save time, decrease that exam chair time, and make sure, but also make sure you're giving education at that point of engagement. So strategically place a printer if you're going to print out something, or integrate something, digital, simulations, videos, integrate those into your EMR software. And that way you have them when you need them and you're not losing time. Tools must reflect health literacy. Adults have to have the ability to read and understand health information, and that's going to vary with all the different types of patients you see. Based on the National Institute of Adult Literacy, they actually did a study on health literacy, and what they found was about 53% of adults have an intermediate understanding of the health terms put in front of them, typically in a brochure or paper. 22% have a very basic understanding of the different health terms, and 14% were below basic. Shareability of your materials. Again, how are patients going to accurately translate what you're telling them? They can't even spell keratoconus. How are they going to explain that information that you just told them an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours later when they go home to their family or to their caregiver, who is, most likely going to, be contributing to, the decision on whether or not they're going to go ahead with treatment or, upgrading, to a better product option. Because high quality and easy to understand, we all want to keep them from jumping on those search engines and trying to self-diagnose themselves at home. So now we have the different types of patient education available. We have your basic brochures and other small printed materials. The positive of that, very easy to take home. It's the end of a visit, you hand someone a brochure, oh, remember we talked about this? Here's a brochure or here's a pamphlet, piece of paper, go ahead and take this home, discuss it with your family. The downfalls, that health literacy we talked about. They're going to finally open that brochure when they get home and they are not going to understand exactly what they're reading. It's going to look like gibberish to them. It's not interactive. So it doesn't give them the ability to see the progression of their condition, where they are now and how it will progress. Or, stop, let me ask this question. The brochure is not going to answer them back. When it does, then we've met the Marty McFly era. And then they have the ability to lose the materials. We've all lost papers within 5 minutes of being given to us before. Posters and charts. These are great to have hanging up in the office. Most of us do. They're visual. They're usually very detailed. The bad portion is they're only going to be in the office, and just like a TV commercial, they might walk past and completely ignore it. Models or props. The positives, visual, they're detailed. They're somewhat interactive. You can pull down a model, pull down a prop, work through it with the patient. The downfall, again, it's only in office. It can be time-consuming trying to work on that model with the patient, and it's very stagnant. Again, it doesn't show the progression, where they are now and how it will progress. It just shows them a stagnant, stationary model of this is what a bad eye looks like and this is what a good eye looks like. Then we get into the digital area. Online videos. This encompasses videos on your website and videos that you share through social media. The positives, very easily shareable. So they can, from home, from the comfort of their home, comfort of work, comfort of their car even, they can pull up and share, and look at a video, or a picture to show their family, their friends, or to remind them after they've left the office, what did I review? The downfall is this is only going to be at home, not in the office. Can leave questions unanswered. I just saw this, but I'm still a little confused. And then, again, that issue of self-diagnosing. We all know that person who, they see something posted on social media or on a website, and they swear like, oh, my God, this must be me. I must have that. So this is going to, that can be sort of an issue. Exam room videos. The positives, they're visual, they're detailed. You're hitting the patient at the point of engagement, and it helps with that health literacy. Everyone, people are visual learners. So you're not just showing them a brochure with, big terms. It's actually, as it's talking about a term, walking them through visually what that term actually means. The downside, it can be time-consuming for a provider. Again, time is money. No provider wants to sit there and watch their patient watch a video for 5 minutes. It's not interactive. You are just basically sitting someone in front of an educational video, and patients have the ability to zone out. And then the last digital option is exam room simulations. These are visual, interactive simulations. They're going to be easy to understand. It's hitting at the point of engagement. Again, that health literacy we're overcoming. And it's automated. So you have simulations that, they're not just a video, but it's actually interactive for the patient and provider to quickly walk through, this is where you are, this is where you'll progress, this is where treatment is. The only downfall is that is only in the office. So you still need to fulfill that at home, at home, on the road, being able to show and share with the family. Our suggested best practices. Offer a variety of patient education tools. Think of how you learn, and now put yourself in the shoes of your patients. They all learn in different ways, from the age to the health literacy they have. Some are more digitally sound, some are more better with paper, so you have to offer a variety. And then again, you want to reach all areas of engagement, exam room, at home. You have to make sure, because they're only going to retain so much you tell them at the exam room. It's imperative you incorporate technology. It's becoming a part of our everyday routine. I mean, you think about it. From elementary school to high school to college, even into jobs now, it's how everyone is being driven to learn, no matter how old you are. It's where we're headed, whether we like it or not. To give you an example, 64% of healthcare centers believe technology has impacted the quality of interaction with patients. 80% of internet users look online for health information. That's kind of scary. You know, again, that whole self-diagnosis thing, because either they're going to, overthink it and think that they have every condition under the sun, or they're going to underthink it and possibly not get, treatment when they need to. Minimal recommendations that we would recommend when it comes to patient education. You need to have something, website, online videos, either on your website, on social media, or a combination of the both, because you're going to capture this generation of digitally sound individuals who do everything online. I mean, good Lord, we're trying to take cursive out of classrooms now because everything is digital. Printed materials. You are going to have those people that they are not digitally sound. They do not have a Facebook. They do not even know how to use a search engine or a website. So you need to have something printed to meet that criteria, that genre as well. And then you want something interactive in the exam room, something you can quickly walk through with patients to help them understand at the point of engagement, where those simulations and videos come into play. So what we are glad to introduce with MyVision Express, MyVision Express has actually gone the extra mile. They realize the importance of patient education when it comes to reducing exam chair time, educating patients, upselling and converting procedures and products. So they actually integrated in what we call the VueSimulator into their EMR software. So to give you an idea, to fulfill that digital in the exam room patient education, this VueSimulator is interactive software you can use in the exam lanes or optical shop. It's going to have over 300 simulations and videos. The purpose is to educate your patients in 20 seconds or less, because that's all providers really have nowadays. You're going to increase retention and revenue, decrease time, increase conversions. It's easy for them to understand because it's interactive, and it's going to be a great upselling tool. And bonus, if you use these simulations and videos through your MyVision Express software, every time you show a simulation or a video to a patient, it is going to go ahead and automatically document it on the back end of the software. And that way, if you were to ever be audited for meaningful use stage 2 for the patient education portion, you can easily pull up and show, yes, I fulfilled this without having to do anything extra on my end. To give you an idea, the breakdown of the simulator, you have patient perspective on the left, anatomy on the right, Illustrator tools available, related videos, and a timeline controller that will show the progression of a condition from wherever the patient currently is to where it could go if treatment isn't invested in. The second portion of the simulator is the video library. At the video library, you can select multiple videos, set up a loop, hit play, and a technician can set up a loop, walk away, and allow the doctor, in that in-between time before the doctor comes in, the patient can start being educated and subconsciously marketed to on different products and procedures that you're looking to speak to them about. In order to access this from your EMR software, it's very, very simple. Once you have a patient open, you just go to the assessment tab, and then you have two options for opening up the simulator. You can either go down here to the bottom right-hand corner and click View Sim, and that's going to give you the option to open up the main menu of either the video screen or the simulator screen. Or if you already have a diagnosis in here, all of the simulations and videos are already ICD-10 ready. So if you right-click on a diagnosis that's already in here and click View Simulator and click Simulation or Video, it's going to automatically open up a window directly to that specific simulation or video. And again, once you show it, it catalogs it on the back end that that patient saw that educational material. what MyVision Express has been so awesome to go ahead and offer every single one of their providers is a 30-plus day free trial. Since billing will always begin on the 1st, what's going to happen is anyone can go in today and activate the VueSimulator. A nice little activation box will pop up, and you just hit agree and activate. Your free trial, you go in, activate it today. Anyone in your practice, technicians, providers, can go in and start playing around with this, see how it works, see what simulations and videos are available, and see how this can impact your practice, how to work it into your daily workflow, and actually see if this helps with decreasing exam chair time, better patient understanding, service, and conversions. If you wait and start it later this month, billing will still begin January 1st if you opt in after your trial is over. So you get up through December 31st completely for free. So I will open it up to any questions. If you have any questions after this as well, feel free to contact your MyVision Express rep or give us a call. We can all help you out. Nice little joke for everyone to sum everything up. And then I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions here. 1 second.
This gentleman, one that he said sometimes he can't sleep at night. He wakes up in the morning at like 4:30. He brings his quad down here and plows in front. He just does.
Really?
Yeah, because he does Patty Drugs' side there.
Oh.
And so he was like, I just come and I do it right, on our side too. And I was like, you do?
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
nice.
Thank you. And I come and I see that this winter.
Oh, that's nice.
Did anyone have any questions?
Mm-hmm.
All right, if nobody has any questions, then we will go ahead and finish up for the day. Thank you all for attending, and we look forward to helping you out with your patient education in the future.